now, so maybe we'll launch. And as you probably just heard, we're recording this meeting. A number of students aren't able to join us because they're in classes at this time. So we will be, like last year, recording the presentation and then, or the info session, and then we will post it on our website for those who can't join us. And Kara, maybe we want to do a quick introduction. Hi everyone, I'm Laurel Curry. I'm the project manager for the Sustainability Scholars program, and we have Kara with us today.
Hi folks, I'm Kara Shaw. I'm a professor in the School of Environmental Studies and I'm the academic director of the program.
So I'm going to share my screen and see how this goes. Okay. Well, welcome to the Sustainability Scholars Program 2025 info session. I just want to get us settled for a moment and acknowledge with respect that I'm joining from Lekwungen territories, the land of the Songhees and Esquimalt peoples, the Lekwungen and Washainich peoples whose historical relationships with the land continue to this day. And I'll launch right into it. So what is the Sustainability Scholars Program? It is a paid part-time internship for grad students across UVic from any academic discipline. The program connects students with sustainability partners, and these can be Indigenous partners, community organizations, not-for-profit, industry, and on-campus partners as well. We connect students with these partners to work on applied research projects that advance sustainability across Vancouver Island. Some of the key features of this program is that you will, engage in real-world sustainability challenges, work on community-driven projects. These projects are defined and designed by the community organizations that you'll be working with, based on a need that they've identified and would like to tackle. You'll also be exposed to interdisciplinary opportunities and work with various partners on these projects. A quick look at some key dates moving forward. We're going to come back to all of these at various points in the presentation, but I wanted to just give you a little overview of what to expect over the next few months. The application deadline is January 31st, which means that the online applications will be open until midnight on January 31st. Between now and then, we hope to be hosting some workshops, and I'll get to that later. And I am also available and will post after my office hours that I'll be holding, but I'm also reachable by email if you have questions along the way. Once applications are submitted, Kara and I shortlist the applications and send those lists to the partner organizations. They then contact candidates to interview, and hiring happens early to latest end of February. We then go through administrative processes of appointing students at UVic. And then once students are hired into the roles, we call them scholars, and they start May 1st. We first hold an orientation, and the date this year is not confirmed yet, but it will be either end of April or May 1st, your start date. The internship period is May 1st to August 15th, and it's a 250-hour part-time project. We'll get into that, the detail shortly. We will host, again, among other workshops and professional development opportunities, we will host a mid-project check-in in June. This will be mid-June, and you'll have the opportunity to, at that point, present over Zoom. We'll hold it online and present a PowerPoint and share where you're at in your project. This has been a very, very useful way for scholars to kind of take stock of where they're at, identify any challenges moving forward, and have enough time to address those. The program ends, as I mentioned, August 15th, and then there's a closing symposium or ceremony celebration mid-September, and that's when we'll have a chance to kind of invite UVic partners and profs and colleagues to come hear what you managed to achieve over those summer months. So a quick look at some of the eligibility requirements. The program is open to current UVic graduate students, and this means students that are registered as graduate students throughout the program. So you wouldn't be allowed to graduate in June and continue in the program. So only grad students who are current for the whole duration of those dates. It's open to all graduate students, so master's, PhD, JD, JID students. You have to have a valid social insurance number, a valid work or study permit, and international students are encouraged to consult with the International Student Center to verify, especially even just today, I received an email that there are some changes in permits. So all international students have to consult with the International Student Center just to verify that their permits are in order. Students have to have a Canadian bank account, and they have to, although we allow remote work during this internship, and we'll get to that in a minute. Those are details you work out with your mentor in the organization. Students have to reside in BC during, like physically during the program. So what are some of the things that you'll gain during this program? You'll gain some skills in research and analysis, project management. Many of you have these skills, but you'll enhance them. Project management is one of the workshops that we plan to host. I'll get to that soon. Community engagement skills, interdisciplinary problem solving. And you'll have the opportunity to network with the organization you work with, the colleagues there, but also the stakeholders and community members that will all be involved in the project that you're working on. And of course, you'll be gaining practical, applied, hands-on experience, addressing real-world sustainability challenges, and bridging academic research with practical applications. Here's a quick look at the program structure, as I mentioned, and I'm going to repeat a bunch of things because just drilling it in is going to be helpful, as I've learned. May 1st to August 15th is the program each year, and it's 250 hours. The way that those hours roll out will be something decided between you and the partner organization. The mentor. That's how I'll refer to them going forward, because one person in the organization is identified as the key mentor for the scholar. And that's the person you work out all of your project planning and schedule. They know that you are busy graduate students. Some of you will be TAing over the summer. Some of you will be in doing coursework or research. And so they know that that's your situation, and you know that they are busy at full capacity organizations. So working together to find kind of a mutually beneficial schedule is what will be important. And one of the ways that we reduce the administrative load for our partner organizations is to handle all of the appointments and payroll for the scholars. Scholars are appointed as research assistants, RAs, at UVic, and are paid accordingly through UVic. The deliverables that you're expected to kind of produce at the end are also defined by the organization in collaboration with you, and usually take the form of a report, a final written report with an executive summary. In some cases, you might be working on an online kind of data visualization or mapping project. So even in those cases, we would expect an executive summary to be written and submitted to myself and to the organization. And this is because, and we'll get to this later, at the end, we will publish your whatever is allowable by the organization and what we have permission to, we'll post online in our project library. Some of the commitments that we expect of students joining the program are to attend the orientation. That's absolutely required. If there's some reason that you're out of the country or not able to join, we'll work that out. But that is the expectation. The mid-project check-in that I mentioned is required, and attendance at the closing ceremony is expected as well. And then, as I mentioned, any additional Pro-D or workshops that we offer mostly will be your choice, but we'll encourage you stronger to attend some over others. So here they are. This is what I mentioned. Some of the workshops we're looking into between now and the end of January are resume and cover letter writing, working with career services to offer that, interview preparation, the project management professional development opportunity we're hoping to offer in late May, mid to late May. And then EDI and research, UVic has various resources available that I might connect you with, but we are also looking at offering some kind of, in collaboration with UBC that has the same program, as well as potentially U of T, a workshop around this topic. So you can go ahead and take these addresses down, or Kara, you can plop them in the chat. This is for UVic Career Services, and Samantha is the grad career educator. So you are welcome, of course, at any time to connect with them around preparing yourself for the program. For international students, this is the contact for the International Center for Students. And then if you're a business student, it's a separate international contact, and it's written there. Sorry. Okay, so I just put in a slide to prompt myself to take you to our website. I'm going to just veer off, but quickly look at some of the scholars who shared some of their reflections of the program last year. So we have Akash Mohanty, who is a master's student in mechanical engineering. And he said, I'm now looking at everything through the sustainability lens. This is a major change I've got from this program. If we can make even a small impact in sustainability, it feels like a requirement to me. Julia Weeder said, as a sustainability scholar, I'm grateful for the opportunity to work with my community. The internship allowed me to deeply integrate land-based anti-colonial values into my life while developing my professional skills in the field of sustainability. Julia is a master's student in environmental studies in the area of political ecology. And Shima Akar, a PhD candidate in mechanical engineering, noted, I had the incredible opportunity to work on a project about fishing gear, pollution types, sources, and supply chains in BC coastal fisheries, which ultimately supported a policy reform proposal addressing ghost gear. This experience was deeply meaningful to me as it aligned with my passion for preserving our planet. So I won't go through all the scholars from last year, but I just am going to take you to our website if this works. Can everyone see this? No?
Nope.
Okay.
We're still saying you have to change what part of your screen you're sharing.
Okay, I will do that. How's that?
Now we're seeing both.
Both? Okay. Okay, I guess we'll do it this way. So
Okay, now we're good.
this is our website. This is the page where you can review scholars from last year, look at what projects they've worked on, what programs they're from, and that is embedded in our website, which is hosted on the Faculty of Graduate Studies website. I'm taking you here because it is a little bit confusing where to find us. You can just Google UVic Sustainability Scholars Program and you'll get here. But it's under finances at the bottom, Sustainability Scholars. This is the homepage. And this is where you can find out more about the program. This is the key area right here that you'll want to pay attention to. Once you click into Info for Scholars, this gets you all of the important information you need to know leading up to the program, leading up to the application. I mean, there is a page linked right here called Application Guidelines. It's also in the sidebar, I think. And this is where all the way at the bottom, there's frequently asked questions, there's how to apply, there's project file formats and so on, which are also repeated in the online application itself. But I'm going to take you back to here. This is where what I was meaning. At the very bottom of this page is where you apply. Right now, this is a closed application, but starting tomorrow, you'll be able to click here and go to our online application portal. And hopefully there'll be no glitches. And just above are the internship opportunities that I'm about to go over, but this is where you'll find them again. So homepage, info for scholars, and you'll take it from there, get all the information you need. Okay, I'm going to go back to is this good? Everyone seeing my PowerPoint?
We're in present, yes, but we're in presentation mode.
Okay.
So we're seeing our presenter mode, so there we go.
Okay, great. Okay, so there we go. Looking at the next two slides, I'm going to go over all of the proposals that came in, all of the projects that are being offered this year. But what has emerged from them are these themes. And I'm going to have to minimize that. There we go. Water and stormwater management, sustainability in urban and natural ecosystem planning, community engagement and climate action, Indigenous and grassroots advocacy, circular economy and green business development, food security and resource sustainability, and coastal and marine conservation. So those are kind of overarching themes that seem to have emerged from the applications that came in, the proposals. So these are the projects being offered in 2025. The City of Victoria proposed a project on street sweeping and stormwater runoff, the role of street sweeping, stormwater. What I think I'll do is just list the organizations, and I'll leave it to you to go to our website and review the titles. And again, they are all listed in there with links to PDFs, and it gives project background information, the scope of the project, deliverables, timelines, etc. But this is a quick look. City of Victoria, Community Social Planning Council, which is a returning partner, Friends of Boker Creek, Cortez Island Community Foundation, their Climate Action Network, Friends of North Saanich Parks, Kitasoo Hey Hey Nation, Peninsula Streams Society, Synergy Foundation, Galliano Conservancy Association submitted a project, Gorge Waterway Action Society, a returning partner, Sierra Club BC and Nature R&D with their partners submitted a project proposal. Research for the Front Lines is a returning partner. Sacred Earth Solar, which is an Indigenous organization, they applied for the first time this year. The Tsaot First Nation, UVic Office of Campus Planning and Sustainability, a returning partner, and Watersheds BC, also a returning partner, Victoria Community Food Hub Society. So these are just listing briefly for you so you know what organizations have projects available this year. And I encourage you to go to the website and actually click on each of them and review the titles and the project descriptions, etc. So how do you apply? I would love for you to all go to the website, review the application guidelines that I briefly went to, but you can navigate to as described, and review the project postings. The materials you need to prepare, aside from being prepared to answer the questions in the online application, are your resume and a cover letter. So, of course, you need to update your resume. And I'm going to emphasize this a few times that you'll need to tailor your cover letter to each project that you apply to. So in the past, we've had students send the same cover letter to all three of the projects they apply to, and that won't get you very far. So it's really important to tailor your cover letter to the organization you're applying to, the project that you're applying to. You'll need to provide two references, one academic reference and one professional reference. And then, as I kind of showed you, you'll go to the Apply Now button online and work through the application. And then once you get to, and I'll show you in the next slide or the one after that, what it looks like to rank, but you'll be allowed to apply to up to 3 projects. And to those 3, you submit your resume and cover letter as attachments. You can, in addition, rank up to 3 more, so 6 in total. So you'll rank your choices by preference. And I'm just going to go to the next slide to go over that again. Just to show you that the ranking the ranking helps us to know what your interest areas, you're identifying that you believe you're qualified for those roles. And then if you, for some reason, are not selected for your first 3 choices, then we will put you forward for your next top 3. And of course, we'll contact you to get your approval to be put forward, to have your name put forward for those other projects. Again, customize your cover letter for each application. You'll want to check and re-review all the format requirements, and again, make sure that your cover letter is customized for the project that you're applying to. And here is a quick, I just did a screenshot from one of the pages on the last year's online application. And this page shows the list of projects. This year, there's no 2024, but all the projects are just 001, 002, all the way to 017. And last year, we didn't manage to restrict the choices to 6, so people have selected their 12th choice. But you can see that this person's first choice was project number 9. Oops, sorry. And second choice was number 6, and third choice was number 5 here. So after that, you would add your 4th, 5th, and 6th choices. And that's, if we fix the glitch on the application, then that's all you'll be able to select. So it's a very simple ranking system. And you can, of course, contact me if you have any issues or questions with that. So that's a lot into the weeds about the program. And so I just want to pull us back and remind us why it's a great program and why you should apply. You can make a tangible impact on communities and sustainability, gain professional and applied research experience, and collaborate with passionate peers and expert mentors, and be a part of a program that we believe drives meaningful change, or at least hopes to. I will now open for questions, but do take down our website and my email address so that you can contact me if you have any questions after this session. Again, this has been recorded and we will post this on our website, but feel free to follow up with me if you have any further questions. And now I guess we'll open to questions.
Hi, Laura. Thank you very much for the presentation, and nice to see you finally. And hi, Clara. I have a question for you, please. For for example, for some of these topics, I have background and I'm working on drinking water contamination. But there are few topics that I'm really interested, but I don't have any background in that. Is it possible for me that's apply for some projects that I don't have background as well?
Yes, absolutely. So what you have to check for are the expectations of skills. So if they're looking for, qualitative or quantitative data analysis, for example, and you have skills in that area, skills in research, skills in, various other areas, if you are meeting those requirements, the content of the topic is not, you don't need to be an expert. We've had, last year we had some very clear examples of students who had never been exposed to the topic or subject area, but had the skills absolutely to carry the project forward. And the outcome was really wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Because I checked the qualifications. I believe I do meet these requirements, but since I haven't had any background, I just want to ask. Thank you very much. Thanks, Carol.
Perfect. Perfect. You're welcome.
I have a question. Can you hear me all right?
Yes.
It's kind of along the same lines. So I'm from the French and Francophone Studies department. And I noticed most of the job postings are quite science or engineering oriented. Um, are are some more like competitive than others, or is it okay if I apply to some of those more science oriented jobs, or would you say they are geared to those departments more specifically? And also, was the list that you showed in the presentation all of them? I'll check it out after as well.
I didn't hear the latter part of your question.
Oh, I was just wondering if the list that was in the presentation were all of the jobs, or if there's also more on your website.
That's all of them. So there's 17 this year. There's 17. Kara, do you want to answer the question about being from different units and being interested in these projects?
Yeah, I mean, for sure you can apply. Basically, you just need to look at the qualifications or the required skills that each job sets out. We definitely had people who last year who applied for positions that that they were qualified for, but maybe weren't exactly in their field, and had some very successful internships in those areas. In some cases, the first thing that you do with it when the internship starts is you sit down with your organization and you make a plan for the project. And so in some cases at that point in time, the projects were tweaked a little bit to the particular skills that a student brought. So there's a kind of match, just a sort of general matchmaking process when you're interviewing and they're selecting who they want. And then when you actually are sitting there figuring out what your project plan is, then there's more tailoring to your specific skills. Because you'll see that for some of these project descriptions, there's a little bit of leeway in terms of exactly what they're looking for, and they will tailor it to the individual. So you just want to look at what qualifications they're asking for, and then in your cover letter, you just need to explain if it's not obvious from your CV how you think you could fulfill those qualifications. And I think we had projects that sounded quite sciencey that had students coming from the humanities and or other fields that did really well in those projects. So it really kind of depends on the organization and the flexibility that it has.
Great. Thank you so much. Thanks for the presentation.
Mm-hmm. You had a second part of your question, which sorry, Jacqueline, that I forgot. Oh no, or did you answer the second part already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't, from where I'm sitting, I can't see the chat. Were there any questions in there?
I'm fielding most of those, so I think we're good there. There was one that I wasn't able to answer, which is if someone's on a personal leave because they're done with their coursework, can they still be a scholar? Or do they need to be registered as a student? They're still technically a student, but on a leave. So I wasn't sure about that one.
That's something to look into. I believe it's okay as long as they're, an active. I don't know if leave changes your status from being a current student, but I don't think so. So it should be okay. But get in touch with me and we can explore that together.
Awesome. That was my question. I'm Riley. Thank you. I'll send you an email about it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
Thank
let's
you.
figure it out.
I would really, just to kind of follow up on what we were talking about before, I'd really encourage you to take a close look at those project descriptions, because I think even if the title of it sounds sciencey, sometimes you're going to find once you're in there that what they're looking for is someone with a wider range of skills than just science. Although some of them are, will be quite precise about the data analysis skills they require, or data collection skills they require.
Exactly. Yeah. So between now and January 31st, we will, the same way that we've been reaching out, and I actually would love for you to contact me directly if you have ideas for other ways to reach you, but is through your graduate listservs. So your graduate program assistant is sending these emails out for us. But we will let you know if we have a couple of confirmed workshops between now and then. And also I was going to share that tomorrow I'm holding a couple hours of office hours, and then next Monday and Wednesday. Those are in the email that you would have received. I can open up here also and share them with you. But yeah, just feel very welcome to contact me with questions and to we go. Yeah, so January 16th, tomorrow, 10 to 1. And my office is in David Turpin Building, B Wing, 216. And so 10 to 1, I will be around and just working from here. And then January 20th, 11 to 1. And January 22nd, 10 to 12. So if you want to pop in during those times, I'll for sure be here. Otherwise, just feel free to get in touch and book a meeting. Or chat with me by Zoom or phone. That works too.
This is pulling people a little bit off topic, but if you have suggestions for the best way to get the word out to graduate students, that would be really helpful. So or if you heard about this through some way other than an email from your graduate advisor or graduate secretary, if you could pop that in the chat, that would be great. We're just still trying to figure out how best to get the word out to students about the program. So any advice you can give us would be really appreciated. Oh, interesting. I go of Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Right
So
on.
both Anne McLaurin shared that. That's great. Good to know.
Yeah, thanks for this. Yeah, posters to the department the best way. Great.
Posters. Okay. Okay.
If you can please spread the word to other graduate students you know. Last year we had students, we had 12 internships, and we had scholars from 6 different faculties on campus. So, we are open to students from all across campus, but some departments are less organized or willing to share the information than others. So, yeah, spread the word for us.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess someone asked about how competitive, there's no one project that is more competitive than the other, but even though we struggled last year to get the word out, we did get, I think, 50 or 60 applications. And so for 12 positions, so there is a demand. And this year there's 17 positions, which is great. There's more options, but yeah, there's still interest across campus. And we had students from English, from psychology, from
engineering, business, social sciences, fine arts. Yeah, we had students from all over.
From all over. So really, it's like Kara said, just look at the project online, look at the qualification requirements, and that will determine more than the subject matter.
And we did, I mean, it's a little bit difficult to predict, but we did have some positions last year that had a lot of applications for them, and others that had fewer. So I think you should, when you're building your application, you should really assume that it's going to be quite competitive. Really putting the effort in will probably pay off. And I would repeat what Laurel said, pop in and see Laurel for any advice that would be helpful to you. Or to ask any questions. She's happy to do that. But yeah, I think should assume they're fairly competitive positions. So plan accordingly.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there any other slide that folks would like me to go to, or any other kind of area that anyone wants to kind of review? Let us know now, and otherwise in the next little bit we'll let you go.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Abbas. Nice to
I
meet
just
you.
missed the first office hours that's available for you. Could you please remind me again?
Yes, let me tell you. So tomorrow, 10 to 1. January 20th, 11 to 1. And the 22nd, 10 to 12.
Wonderful.
But
I
again, feel
believe
free to email and if there's another time that works better, just let me know.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, Carol. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. You
Really
too.
great. Thanks for coming, everybody. We really appreciate you showing up and helping us spread the word.
Yes. Thank you for your interest and for taking the time with us today. I know everyone's busy, so glad we could share, and really looking forward to hearing from all of you, any of you, and for maybe seeing some of you in the office hours.
You.
Okay.